Well, hello everyone, Lock Garden Bird Lady here, coming to you guys with a quick video. And in this video here, sorry I look the way that I look, and I'm about to do some work in the garden. That's why I have old raggedy clothes. But as I was about to do some maintenance out here in the garden, I decided that I would show you guys and give you a tour of my fall garden. So let's just jump right into it. You know, just total transparency as usual. My garden has a lot of things around it that I need to clear out. But as you know, my husband and I, we do work long hours. We work all the time. We got some things we're trying to accomplish. So we just work. And I've been dealing with some things in my body. So when I'm not working, I do try to relax. I haven't been out in the garden as much. But the garden itself looks pretty good. It's just areas surrounding the garden, like this little area over here and little area back there that I need to clear out. And so first, right here, we have 2 rows of collards. And I just picked like a huge Kroger bag full of collards for my pastor. And it looks like I haven't even put a dent in them. I mean, these collards are just, look at these leaves. These things are beautiful. Beautiful. So I have 2 rows of collards here. And you can kind of see on these right here where I started, where I was picking off of them. But most of them, like, I just planted, I just harvested my collards the day before Thanksgiving. No, the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. And this is what we have. Still have a whole 2 rows full of collards. Right here is my mustard. These mustards have been going since this summer, and we pick some and they come right back. We pick some and they come right back. And he usually mixes them with turnips, and it really tastes really good. And he is my husband. He cooks the mustards because I wasn't a big mustard fan. But here is my bed of turnips. I have to thin this bed out, but as you can see, something is really eating up my turnips. And I spray BT, so with it not controlling it, that let me know that it's not worms, it's something else that's eating on it. So I'm going to spray some spinosad today. But this is my turnip bed, and I'm going to thin this out because I want the roots on the turnips to get really, really big. If they stay this close together, the leaves will get really full, but the root ball won't get really big. And here's a couple of rutabagas. I just have 6 that I planted, and I just wanted, you can see the little root trying to form there. And I just wanted to test them out to see if I can grow them. And obviously they're doing really good. So I have a row of carrots here. And I gotta come and weed this. And I have some onions that are coming up. A row of onions here that are coming up. And this is my row of cabbages. I have 4 rows of cabbages. 9 rows of cabbages. These right here, I accidentally bought the Morris head collards and they got mixed in with my cabbages. So I just planted, I think 6 Morris head collards are like right here, and the rest of it is cabbages. Let me give you a view from the other side, because these cabbages are beautiful. Look at these cabbages. I can't wait. You see the little head is starting to form in them. So hopefully I'll be harvesting some soon. And these are the Jersey Wake cabbages. They have the ox heart, like the pointed head. So you can see their head starting to form in there as well. So those are the ox heart. And I forgot to show you this back here. Let me go back here. Okay, so the prize plant in my garden is the ghost pepper. I'm gonna do a completely separate video on the ghost pepper right after this video, but these ghost peppers, they're still going. It is the end of November and they're still going. I have some tomatoes back here that are still going. It's the end of November, and you see tomatoes are all over the ground. And I haven't been staking them up because I actually want to use this spot. I actually want to pull it up, but they're still going. They're still producing. Roma tomatoes back there still producing. They're still producing. So I'm like, I'm just going to let them go. I'm just going to let them do what they do. So yeah, we have plenty of tomatoes at the end of November that are still actually growing back here. But the pride of my garden will have to be these ghost peppers, and they are everywhere. They are everywhere, and they are extremely hot. I think they're the world's second hottest pepper. I will give you more information in that video because I don't want this one to be too long. And back here, I really don't have anything right here because I wanted to do this whole area full of vegetables, but like I said, because we work so much, I didn't want to overdo it and not be able to really maintain it like I need to. And so I'm just gonna let this ground just settle and sit, let the nutrients build up in it, because I have like compost up under the fabric, the weed fabric here. I have compost and manure up under it just to sit in the ground for the season and get more nutrients in there and be ready for the spring. So back here, I have cucumbers on here as well, but they died out when we had a freeze one night and they died out. So now I just have a bunch of lima beans on here. And like I said, it's the end of November and they're still producing. And this one is actually ready. I'm gonna pick one and show you guys. Actually wasn't ready, but yeah, those are lima beans and they're all over this fence back here. You can see they're just all over. So probably by this time next week or beginning of next week, I'll have some to pick, and they're really good. So right here, I don't know if anything's really gonna come up that much here because I planted these seeds kind of late. And this right here was old-timey blue collards, 1,000-head kale. And the 1,000-head kale, I don't know if you know what that is, but that's like these huge kale. And some of their seeds have started to come up, the 1,000-head kale. And on this end right here, I just have mixed kale on this end right here. I just alternated different types of kale and put them out there. And some of those seeds are starting to crack open as well because we did have a rain here, but it hasn't been really hot. The ground hasn't been hot enough for them. So that's why the seeds are just so sporadic. And in this row right here, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of broccoli. And I did find a broccoli head the other day, my first broccoli head. Let's see, I know it's on this back row here. Okay, there it is. My first broccoli that started of the season. And don't let the size fool you, because this broccoli head is going to get huge. And once you cut the broccoli head off, a lot of people don't know what it would do is it will start to give off these little broccoli shoots. So broccoli is not one of those things like cauliflower where you just harvest it one time and then it's done. You harvest it and it will keep giving and giving and giving and giving and giving. And also what I do is I cook the broccoli leaves. Because my husband was like, are those collards? I'm like, no, but you can cook them like collards. And he was like, I've never seen broccoli grow like that. And I've never seen broccoli with leaves in the store. I'm like, yeah, because a lot of people just do away with the leaves. They just basically get, basically get the stalks and the head and the florets. But you can actually cook broccoli leaves. And I cook them like they're collards or cabbages. And they taste really good. So I don't have anything in this area here. I'm just letting that area rest for the season. I got 6 6 celery plants right here just to see how they were gonna do. And glad I came out here because something has laid a bunch of eggs on my celery. So glad I came out here today to kind of do some maintenance in the garden. But yeah, I have 6 celery plants right there. Moving on here, we have 2 rows right here of cauliflower. And I don't think any of my cauliflower heads have come in. And they're not like the broccoli. They're going to start coming in because as you can see inside there, that broccoli head comes out of there. So trying to see if I can see. Yeah, it hasn't started forming yet, but it's gonna start coming out of there. It's when it gets real tight inside there like that. But yeah, that's how the cauliflower and the broccoli, they both grow with their leaves first, because the process of photosynthesis. The leaves will soak up the sun and the nutrients from the sun, and it will actually feed that head, that broccoli and that cauliflower head in the middle. Thought there was one in there, but it's not yet. And here is my kale. This is blue curled kale and red boar kale. And I don't know what's going on with the kale on this end. It's only the kale on this end that looks kind of So I think something is chewing on the bottom of them, on the roots, because when you get on down there, they're beautiful. I mean, they are beautiful. This kale is beautiful, and I love this red boar's kale. Just look at these leaves. It's absolutely beautiful. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the spinach. The spinach, I never have luck with spinach, growing spinach. And this year something is actually just eating it up before I even get a chance to harvest it. But I'm glad that it did grow a little. So I'm happy about that. I'm going to move on here to my lettuce. And as you can see, I have some lettuce here. I grow so much lettuce. It's kind of hard to eat so much of it and even give it away. And I had like a surplus of lettuce and spinach and stuff that I had bought from the store. This grew really, really fast, and it started going to seed really, really fast. So even though it's going to seed, I'm still going to cut it down. And what lettuce will do is, I'll do a separate video on cutting come again lettuce. You cut lettuce down and you leave it up, keep watering it, and it will end up growing back. You can even do that with your lettuce from the store. If you save like the little ball at the bottom, put it in a cup of water or a bowl of water, and it will grow new lettuce for you. So that's just a little nugget there. More lettuce over here, lacinato kale and Swiss chard. And over here we have sugar snap peas, and which they didn't come up well because I planted them kind of late. So that's why, you know, they're kind of sporadic here as well. But yeah, so this is my fall garden for this year. And I'm just letting the, what I'm gonna do is all these leaves that's being captured, it's a good thing because I like leaves. Leaves actually help build compost. So what I'm gonna do is in the winter time, I'm just gonna take these leaves and flip them over and till them into the ground. With my soil and all my not fertilizer, but my I guess you can call it fertilizer, my natural fertilizer, my organic fertilizer, like my manure and things of that sort, the part of the garden that was used, so I can replenish those nutrients back in. But yeah, this is pretty much it. I have some lettuce growing in some containers over here on the side as well. There you go. Have some red lettuce growing over there. As you can see, my milkweed has come back up and started blooming again. I just kind of let it do its thing because all the monarchs are gone, so I just let it do its thing. But yeah, as you can see, my milkweed has come back. But yeah, so this is pretty much it.